What are your money habits like? How well do those money habits contribute to your life and to your financial journey that you want to take? What are some of the things that you would want to do differently or want to change? Welcome or welcome back to this episode of Ira Living. We're going to be looking at changing these 3 money habits, and the focus in changing them is to see how better we are able to live out with our financial journey that we are undertaking. Habit number 1 that we need to eliminate is spontaneous shopping. Spontaneous shopping sometimes have its place, but a repetitive cycle of spontaneous shopping is a cycle where our money is being mismanaged and misspent, and therefore it's impacting that journey that we want to take to our financial emancipation or our financial independence and freedom, whichever of the pathways that you're on. And therefore it's important that we do not go off and do spontaneous shopping, because what that means is that we're spending money that we didn't plan to spend, buying things that we don't really need to buy, and therefore we're going down a spiral that is taking us away from what we are aiming to achieve and limiting the opportunities for us to actually get to the place where we want to go. And so spontaneous shopping is something that if you are practicing, you need to eliminate from your financial journey, because you are only supposed to spend buying those things that you actually need to buy. And if it's not something that you need, then it's not something that you should partake in shopping for. Number 2 spending habit that we need to change is living without a budget. If you're living without a budget, then it means that you're unable to actually thoroughly plan the things that you're spending your money on. You're unable to know where your money is going, how much of it is going, and keep track of that with efficacy. And therefore, it's important that we're living with a budget that helps us to plan out our spending each time and at each season in our financial year. It also is beneficial to be living with a budget rather than without a budget, because with a budget you are able to plan for those large expenses that you're going to be taking, whether it's to plan out and save towards your holiday or to plan out and save towards those annual expenses that you pay out on, so that you are able to track that money effectively and efficiently. Because when you are planning with a budget, you are able to earmark the different expenditures that needs to be earmarked so that the monies can go in the respective places that it needs to go and not be left to chance, so that you end up not knowing how much money is needed where and where best to place your money. So it's important that you're working with a budget at all times. Doesn't mean that you need to meticulously write out every single thing, but it means that you need to have an understanding of where your money is going, something that is auditing your spending for you, so that you know where your spending is going, how much is going where, and where are some of the other places that you need to make your money go, and then giving you the capacity to ensure that the monies are going in the right place, so that you won't have to go into overdraft or get into points of stress, anxiety, and worry when things crop up that you weren't expecting to spend on, because you've already spent the money in other areas. And it is so important that as part of that, you need to have room for miscellaneous at all times in your spending, so that those things that you're not expecting to arise, when they do arise, you're able to address them very well with the money that you have, because you're spending it productively. And number 3 habit that you need to change is failing to automate your money for investment. So we automate the savings, so we create that investment fund that we can then use to invest in the way that we desire to do. Automation helps to keep you accountable. It helps to ensure that the monies are going into the places that they need to go, and it helps to remind you that you do not have access for it. So many times people are living in such a way where either their landlords have to be contacting them, or the bank that they have a loan with or their mortgage have to be contacting them, or the bill companies are having to contact them. And they're contacting them simply because they're not keeping up with their regular payments as the way that they should. And that part of that is because they're not being accountable with their spend. And so part of your accountability is ensuring that you're automating as many of these things as you possibly can. because even with automation, sometimes you get savings and you get discounts from some of the companies because they know that their monies are going to be coming in on this regular basis, and so it profits you. And equally, automating your savings for investment means that you're prioritizing this as a part of your financial journey. You're putting this money aside to make sure that you are going to be fit and ready to invest at the time when that savings account have matured and you are benefiting from the interest yield that you're going to be getting to add to your investment pot of money that you are going to be investing in whatever investment vehicle that you choose to invest in. Because we already know that just saving it is not going to be enough to get us to our financial stage of either emancipation, independence, or freedom, whichever of the ones that you decide that you are aspiring to. Now, with these 3 changes made, you should be on a much better place with your financial journey that you're planning out, and should be able to achieve it within your time goal that you have set. Remember, financial literacy is revolutionary. It has transformed my life, and I believe that it can do the same to yours.